Now to divorce court. About to testify on behalf of Duke O'Connor is Hannah Cummings.
I do.
All right, let me hear from this witness.
Miss Cummings, as the vice president of marketing, was it you who decided to drop Mrs. O'Connor from the High Stepper Boots ad campaign?
Yes. High Stepper Boots has a clean, wholesome image to maintain. And that wild woman's character was evident in her print work. The first day that I had Duke and her in for a shoot, I found her alone in her dressing room with a makeup artist. Lord knows what was going on with the door closed.
How did she react when she learned that she was being dropped?
Well, she was enraged. She knocked over a lamp, and she ripped up Duke's entire portfolio, all of his pictures. I mean, thank goodness Duke was there to protect me from her. But he assured me she wouldn't cause any more trouble.
Did she cause any more trouble?
Well, yes. In my office, she had sworn and cursed at Duke, too. And she threatened to get even with him come hell or high water. That was 3 days before Duke's fall.
Thank you. Nothing further.
Cross-examination.
Miss Cummings, as for that makeup artist, didn't Becky later explain she was only talking to him to ask him if he was gay?
Oh, that was a lame excuse if I ever heard one. I mean, why would she care if he were gay unless she wanted to sleep with him?
Well, didn't Mrs. O'Connor tell you she was interested only because her husband had been so very attentive to the makeup artist on the shoot?
Well, she said that, but that's absurd. I mean, Duke is just friendly with everyone, and he's as straight as an arrow. Anyone can see that.
Now, 3 days before Duke's fall, didn't you tell Becky you were waiting for the survey results before signing the contract?
Well, perhaps, but I just wanted to let her down easy.
So as far as you know, Becky only found out she had been shut out of the advertising deal after Duke's accident. Is that correct?
Well, I suppose so. But a violent woman like that doesn't need an excuse to attack her husband.
No further questions.
All right, you may step down. Miss Morgan, call your next witness.
Skipper Williams.
Step forward.
About to testify for Duke O'Connor is Skipper Williams, a fellow rodeo rider. Last season's Rookie of the Year, Mr. Williams has placed first in calf roping in his last 10 rodeos. His testimony is about to begin.
All right, let me hear from this witness.
Mr. Williams, did Mrs. O'Connor ever willingly harm her husband around the rodeo?
Well, Becky's got herself a real mean sense of humor. Like the time that Duke got the both of us to help him practice team roping. She kept letting the rope she was holding go slack. Hell, Duke got the dickens knocked out of him by a feisty cat. Well, she said she did it just to show him who's boss.
Is there any justification for this innuendo about your relationship with Duke O'Connor?
What's an innuendo?
The rumors about you and Duke being gay, and truth to that?
No way. You know, that kind of mudslinging, you throw it up against the side of a barn, but it don't stick. Just don't stick. Besides, Becky's got a lot of gall trying to bring up that kind of talk. You know, she's just what they call a man-eater, if you know what I mean.
Did Becky ever approach you in a sexual fashion?
Well, yes, she did. She came on to me one day outside the stable. She said she couldn't figure out why I'd be friends with a nincompoop like Duke. Then she started whispering why I didn't want to ease her loneliness. When I told her to get lost, she started cussing at me. She told me I weren't half the man Duke's daddy was. Well, if you ask me, she's got herself one of them there psychological complexes. Well, she ought to be seeing a shrink.
Your Honor, I move to strike this deep dish speculation. Mr. Williams is hardly an expert.
All right, that motion is granted on that legal objection. Go ahead.
I think I'm finished with the witness. Thank you.
Cross-examination.
Mr. Williams, a year ago, didn't you participate in the San Francisco Gay Rodeo?
Well, now, you don't have to be gay to do that. Just kind of liberated, I suppose.
Your Honor, this magazine has been marked and entered as Plaintiff's Exhibit 1. May I approach the witness?
Yes, you may.
Mr. Williams, isn't this you in a series of nude shots in the male pornographic magazine Cowhands After Dark?
Well, that's me, all right. But, you see, I needed some money to pay off a bar tab. Well, Lord knows it's easier to take off your clothes than busting Broncos, right, Duke?
In the past 2 years, hasn't Duke O'Connor loaned you $3,000 to pay off bar tabs?
Well, no, not pay off bar tabs. Get me one of them VCRs and a giant-sized TV.
And didn't Duke loan you that money simply because he had taken you as his male lover?
That's all I can take of this crap.
All right, now, just a minute, Mr. O'Connor. Go ahead.
Would you please answer my question?
Look, no way. I mean, what's this world coming to when a man can't loan a good buddy a few bucks without being accused of some crimes against nature?
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Where the hell am I supposed to sit?
Who are you?
Big Duke O'Connor.
I was afraid of that. I don't care where you sit, but I do care if you come in here and interrupt this court. Now find a seat and keep quiet. Call your next witness, Mr. Morgan.
Your Honor, I'd like a moment to talk to Big Duke O'Connor. Could we have a recess?
All right, we'll take a short recess for that purpose. Now you may step down.
While the court is in recess, we have time for a short break.
Do you have too many bills? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Hurt on the job? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Been in a car wreck or been hit by an 18-wheeler? Call this bill. 329-BILL. Bill Cunningham, attorney at law. 329-BILL. By an act of Congress and signed by the President of the United States, WCCS Incorporated is a debt relief agency.
If you've been injured in a car accident, you probably have a lot of questions. Who will pay my medical bills? What about my lost wages? Will I receive compensation? Do I need a lawyer? Call the Barnes firm now to get the answers and the help you need.
800-8-million.
If you've been injured, call the Barnes firm now.
Injury attorneys are 1-800-8-million.
Have you been injured in an accident or on the job? At 855 Law Chicago, we only work on injury cases. It's what we do.
It's the only thing we do.
We're available 24/7 for free consultations, and there's no attorney's fee unless you win your case.
We've collected millions for our clients, so let us fight for you. Give us a call for a free consultation at 855 Law Chicago.
Or visit us online at 855lawchicago.com.